back to another episode of the Teacher's Surgery. Let's go!
All
right. So, we don't shy away from big topics. And, like I said earlier in another previous episode, we had the ladies, section. Now it's the fellas section. And this one is significantly for the fellas, right? It is, right? How do men and boys open up about their pain?
Good one. You have to find a safe space. Yeah, like for me, I've gone where I was talking about chaos in the earlier episode. That's the thing. Where you're so chaos, where everything's so chaotic, yeah, for most men in certain aspects, yeah. A lot of our safe spaces as children was destroyed. So growing up, we've never had a safe space to be able to open up and lay our problems. And sometimes, for me, I've opened up to certain people that have thrown it all back at me. You get what I mean? So the first thing is to create a safe space, and a man will be a man. You know, get me? For me, anyway, I like to be vulnerable. People see it as weakness, but I think it's strong. You get what I mean?
There is a stigma about men opening or being vulnerable is seen as not manly, and I think that.
But this is why the world's suffering, bro.
I
This is
agree.
why men are suffering.
Do you think that's changing? Because I'm sitting here and there's a consensus here that, nah, we ain't that. So is that changing? Because I think it is.
You're talking about compared to the stoicism that was in our father's generation.
Yeah, I think men are more open now, more open to speak about what's going on for them, and especially since we've seen the rise in men's mental health and stuff like that. Even suicide is still the highest in men in regards to genders.
And why is that? Why is it that there's a high suicide rate in
I
men?
think because that stigma is still there,
I know why there's a high suicide, because most men are sexually abused, and a lot of men don't come out about talking about it, so they end up committing suicide because of it. And I know that as a fact because I've been told that by someone in power.
Yeah. I mean, that's
a good point.
You see, even with that, I remember there was a criminologist, actually. I won't mention the name, but this is years back, that I was actually good friends with, right? And we were talking about mental health, and we were talking about the streets. And actually the pipeline in the young men in the streets are some of the most vulnerable people to sexual exploitation, right? And remember, when we're dealing with that environment of hyper-masculinity, the juxtapositioning of being effeminized in that way, or whatever the case is a complete paradox in their minds, right? So I'm happy you raised that up. But the bigger thing is access to masculinity, isn't it? Right? We're talking about access to masculinity, and the question is that the reason why people don't open up about their pain is because they don't feel that they're masculine. They don't feel it's a man's job to do, right? And my question is the truth is, let me ask you, lot, when is it on the other side where now you're too feminine, where you're a snowflake? Do you agree with that, or can men be as vulnerable as they want?
You know what?
Or do you have to have the balance?
You have to have the balance.
Because I hear us talking about, open up, we're all that kind of guys. But I know that when I go off, I hear the same men that talk about opening up, one sec, Grabs, that talk about opening up, they are complaining that the new generation, they're too snowflakey, they're too soft. So what is the balance? What do we want? Or how do you create that balance?
But if we're saying that to the younger generation, then we're not creating that safe space that you've mentioned for those young children to then open up and then talk about whatever they want to feel. So I think creating that safe, and I completely agree with Josh's point, creating that safe space for that young child to open up, and this discussion about...
Use a lot of teachers as an example, yeah? Some children don't want to talk to a teacher because they don't like them. And some children will tell you everything because they really like you. That's a safe space, bro.
I think another thing to just address the stigma thing, you have to change the perception of what we think masculine is. You know what I mean? I think we've grown up with the perception that masculine means, you have to deal with things yourself and be independent and you can't open up. We need to change that perception, And like you said, being vulnerable is strength. You know what I'm saying? You can use your vulnerability in a way of strength.
Yeah, because it opens you up, and then you actually get to know you get to know who you are as a person. Do you get what I'm saying? It opens you up. You get to know who you are as a person, and you can actually navigate through life. Once you've opened up, so many people are closed off.
Yeah. Let me go on, Hacks. I'll use
I,
that.
no, I agree with a lot of what's been said. I understand the dichotomy between trying to be what is presented as a man and then trying to have a holistic version as a human being. And I think I've touched on this in previous episodes. You know, I think in the question we spoke about being a good, like, father or a good man. And I just don't, it's just about being a father. You know, it's just about being, I'm a man. I'm a man because I'm kind, because I'm caring, because I'm empathetic, because I love, because I'm stoic, because I'm strong, because I'm resilient. And those are the things that make me a man. But those are also things that make a good human being. Yeah. And so me being a good father is being present, not giving presents, but being present, emotionally available, but providing boundaries so that you understand it's okay to be sad, it's okay to feel pain, but we push through.
No, but
The
is
two
it-
can work together.
This sounds great again, you know, it does, and I agree.
What's the
But
elephant in the room?
it's not even an elephant. I remember being that teenage boy. I remember even now, right? Even now, I'm very comfortable in being vulnerable, right? And shout out to you, Grabs, because that is one of my favorite sayings. I've been saying that for years. My vulnerability is my strength, right? It is. Because it places the ball in your court.
Yeah, yeah.
It places the ball in your court, right? Like, hey, look, this is my vulnerability, but I'm cool with it, right? But this is it, right? Is it actually a safe space for men to be like that in 2026, online and in the real world?
Okay,
Is
can
it?
I-
We're
can I-
saying it is,
As the
but
old
is
man
it?
here, I wanna. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Yeah.
off because I know.
You know,
you-
go ahead.
I want to say this.
Go on.
Yes, and I'll tell you why. As the old man here, I have 3 distinct separate groups of men that I know. Not the same blokes, not the same fellas. 3 distinct separate WhatsApp groups. Shout out to What's Ain't Got Facebook, Still Alive, and Connoisseurs Group. Those 3 groups provide me with sustenance because it's a safe place you can go to talk with your guys about anything. You know what, man, then my missus is going through it. Oh, sorry, brother. Have you heard about this? You know what, my kid started vaping. Oh, sorry, brother. Do you know about this? Oh, do you know what? Flipping her work's a nightmare. Oh, sorry, brother. Do you know about this? We meet up, we talk, we support. So I say to you, it is possible. I see it. And I'm telling you, that's 3 distinct separate groups. They don't know each other.
But you see what it is?
You know what the common denominator in that is? Trust.
Yeah.
We don't
100%.
we don't open up to no one. We
100%.
can't be vulnerable without that trust, and that's the same thing I know from working with.
But then you
my
know what I've
vulnerable
learned, bro?
children. You know, they come in not able to engage.
Guarded.
They're guarded. You say defense up, and then we build that relationship, we build that trust, and then they start opening.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying back about the safe spaces. Do you get what I'm saying? Some teachers I wouldn't talk to. Yeah, because I didn't.
Because you don't trust them.
You get me?
don't trust
But
them.
maybe if you was my teacher as an example, bro, I might open up to you because you're cool.
I'm sorry
Do
to
you get what I mean, bro?
I'm sorry to use as an example. I'm sorry to
I'm
the fact that I'm
Here
even
we go.
laughing as I'm saying this,
Here we
I'm
go.
being so serious because the last person that went, not the last person,
Here we go.
Tyrese. Yeah. Do you lot when he was going through what he was going through? Yeah.
Yeah, and
No,
everyone.
I'm not
No,
familiar.
that was
That's
alright,
hard. No, I felt for him,
Alright,
man.
listen,
No, I
listen,
did. I
listen,
felt
listen,
for him.
listen.
I did.
I'm not
And I
familiar.
laughed.
Yeah, I did. I
laughed.
did.
mad.
100%.
This is
It is.
conflicting.
It is.
This is why I'm saying. No. This is why I want us to be
God
real.
forgive me.
This is why I want us to be real. I'm gonna give you the lowdown. Anyone that doesn't know, yeah. Tyrese Gibson, about 5 years ago, right? He was going through a problem where he couldn't see his daughter. Right? He's an actor and singer. He was in Fast and Furious. You know, sweet lady.
Yeah.
Big boy. And you know what? God forgive me, because I listen, I'm saying it now, I shouldn't find it fun. But it became a meme. So he's gone online because he obviously feels he hasn't got anyone to talk to, nowhere else. He's gone online and he's in physical, emotional pain, crying, snot bubbles
Oh wow.
at this thing. And the internet just made it the biggest mockery ever.
Then
The internet's not a safe space. The internet's
No,
not
but
a
the
safe
internet
space.
is the
it's
world
not.
we live
Your
in.
online
absolutely
group chats are
right.
safe
Yeah.
space.
Well done, King.
But
You're
the
spot on.
internet, these people
You're
don't
spot
care
on.
about you. They're here for
He's right.
entertainment.
He's
Yeah,
right.
man.
But we live in a
entertainment.
digital world, though.
But
No, you know
sharing
it-
your
but
rubbish
you know
on
it is
Digital
though.
with your
media
friends
is
that you
not
trust.
safe.
Be digital
Safe.
with them. Don't be
Safe.
digital online to
No,
people
No,
that
but the
don't
internet,
care.
the internet is society. So if we're saying we can't do it, if we say we can't do it there, that means it's only
what,
safe
though?
indoors.
How many times have you seen a post, and a woman's or a man, and they're talking about their personal thing, and they're telling the world, and you're just like,
You don't
I
need to
hear
tell
it,
the
but you don't
world.
need to tell us,
Yeah.
man. You need to keep
Tell
that
your
in the
friends.
house.
Yes.
You need to deal with that in the house.
right.
Like this ain't for us.
He's right. You're saying that, oh, you don't say the internet, but you're going online to tell your friends your safe space. You might have brethren in Australia, America, Japan, Nigeria, Ghana, and you're coming online to converse because that's your safe space. It don't have to be a physical
You know what?
place.
I'm gonna wrap up because apparently I had a devil's advocate, but I ain't allowed to. No, but honestly, that is a good point to just land on saying. If we're gonna wrap up saying, sorry, I'm gonna have to drop it. What if people don't have safe spaces? What if people don't have that community you've got?
Yeah.
There's a loneliness
A lot of them
epidemic.
don't.
We're in a mental
A lot
health
of people
epidemic.
don't.
They don't have that safe
You're
space.
right.
They don't have the WhatsApp groups. They don't have the group. And so where do they go? Is society telling them that they're safe?
we've-
Does an NHS have
Yeah,
services
They
in
do.
place?
You need to
No, but
help.
people,
I need to
They
help.
do.
being
But
paid
there's
to help
outlets.
It's
No,
not
but
like-
you need to
People
help.
find
I
their
need to
own
help. He
outlets.
needs to
I
help.
found writing lyrics, poems. That's why I became a rapper. This was
Yeah.
my outlet to
Yeah.
write. I didn't have someone out to talk to, but I had a lot to say. Do you know what I'm saying? So people find different creativities and for their solutions
Yeah.
for their outlets.
And quickly, you said it. You reach out. When you see that, say, let me take little man. You reach out, yo, brother.
Yeah.
I ain't seen you for me. You okay? I just want to chat. Come round for a cup of tea. Yeah.
And Grabs, in our interview, you said that.
Yeah.
You know, just what K9 was saying. That's one of the things you said. You said you've dealt with a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
And one of the things that you've done was writing. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
Into that. So I suppose so. But I do think, and this is, I suppose we ain't got enough time, but my thing is, we need to do something about society. But it's all saying, look, it's all saying you're safe over here in our pockets, our friendship groups. But if society is mocking you when you go be vulnerable out there, then that's telling men you can't be vulnerable in society.
No, but
And that's what's causing the problem.
the world.
So that
is
means
not a safe
that
space.
that means that it's for us men, like us sitting
need to
here right
choose that
now,
safe space.
plus other ones that think like us, to come together and make
Yeah.
that become a global thing.
All right.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's a pandemic.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
All right, then. So that wraps up another episode of the Teacher Surgery. All right. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all of that. But before we go, I've got some quick questions for you, lot, actually.
I know.
Still talking on this topic, right? So it is quickly before we go, right? It's Father's Day tomorrow here, but it might be afterwards for you lot that get it. So I'm just gonna go one by one, right? So each one, just quickly. What do you define as a good father?
Word with an explanation or just
Just what do you define as a good father?
a good role model? Because your kids will be watching you when you know that. Then, you know, sometimes your kids are watching you, you don't even know that they're watching you.
Yeah.
So a positive role model.
Yep.
Someone who's present, consistent, provides emotional support, provides financially, just there for their children when they need them.
Eric.
Someone who can lead the way.
I think I would gather everything else and said someone who listens, patient, empathetic, provides an example and models the behavior they want to see in their family.
And
Yes.
quickly, I'm gonna end on. I think this is the most important one, right? Because a lot of young men don't have these fathers, right? An important father is someone that makes you support Arsenal instead of Man United.
Tell them again! Tell them again!
Look at the mental health.
My dad was an Arsenal fan though.
Look at the way we're enjoying life right now. I bet you lot wish you
My
had
dad was an
fathers.
Arsenal fan.
Alright, cool. That wraps up
Love it.
the episode. Alright, until next time, let's go. Alright?